Alright, YouTube, it is the Bat Nerd, and welcome to, excuse me a moment, and welcome to another Bat Nerd Reviews. I am your host, the Bat Nerd, and today I am reviewing Justice League, the 5th installment of the DCEU canon, and this is supposedly DC's answer to the Avengers. So this is directed by Zack Snyder. Directed by Zack Snyder, and then half of it directed by Joss Whedon. Because there was I think it was an incident with Zack Snyder and his daughter. Anyway, this stars Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Amy Adams, Jeremy Irons, Diane Lane, Connie Nielsen, and J.K. Simmons. So after the death of Superman, Batman wants to get a group of super individuals together to fight this evil force named Stepenwolf, who is going to get these 3 cubes and cause a mass apocalypse. And of course, when they realize they need the help of Superman, they find that they use the power of the cube to resurrect him from the dead, and Henry Cavill returns as Superman. And then, after a while of him being a bit absent-minded, he gets his memories back and remembers everything with Lois, becomes Superman again, and helps the Justice League save the day. So, let's get on to my likes and dislikes about this movie. First of all, the likes. I loved Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, as I said in my Wonder Woman review. Ezra Miller, am I pronouncing his name right, was good as the Flash. I actually enjoyed his performance in this. He had some small comic relief there. I also liked Ray Fisher as Cyborg. I thought, the effects on him were great, and I also liked J.K. Simmons as Jim Gordon, Commissioner Jim Gordon, but he won't be playing Jim Gordon in any more movies because there's the Batman movie coming out in 2021, which I am looking forward to. I just hope it does do good, and it's not going to be terrible. I also love Jason Momoa in this as Aquaman, and I thought he did better in his solo movie, but still, he was great as Aquaman in this, and he was good as Aquaman. Ben Affleck as Batman. Now, I seem to like him better as Bruce, but not as much as Batman. I mean, I like the Batman suit he wore, don't get me wrong. I mean, even this mask I'm wearing is a replica of it. But, I just did not think he is the best choice for Batman. Henry Cavill as Superman was great, but the only thing that ruined his performance was the CG'd out mustache. Now, if he shaved that off, filming for Mission Impossible Fallout, which he was doing at that time, would have had to been delayed, or Justice League would have had to been delayed. Why didn't they just delay Justice League to make the effects and timing better for this movie, and for Henry Cavill to finish filming Mission Impossible and let him shave his tash off? I don't know why they did that, but they did. I thought Jeremy Irons was good as Alfred Pennyworth, and he won't be playing Alfred in any more movies. He was Alfred in Dawn of Justice, and he's Alfred in this. I thought he was great in this too. There was going to be teasers of a Green Lantern coming into this, but it didn't happen. We did get Green Lanterns in a flashback sequence, though, when the Amazonians, the Atlanteans, the humans around the time of King Arthur were fighting Steppenwolf and took these cubes, and they stopped him and stuff. So one cube was hidden on Themyscira, one was hidden in the Earth in England, and the other was hidden in Atlantis. And Steppenwolf got all of them and was planning on world domination, and the Justice League, they faced him, they fought him, they stopped him. I like that they were finally catching on with Marvel with the post and mid credit scenes. Now, is there a mid credit scene in this with Superman and the Flash starring a race? Then there is a post credit scene with Lex Luthor that's escaped and he's making a deal with Deadshot and saying, "How about we have a whole new league of our own?" Yeah, so I like a majority of the performances in this, especially from Amy Adams, Lawrence Fishburne, and Diane Lane. But this film, let's face it, it was a mess from start to finish. The effects looked rushed, and they looked cheap. The CGI for Steppenwolf, what the hell? This movie could have been so much better if they did it right, and they didn't. I really think they did not do good in this. Like I say, this film looked rushed. Plus, Zack Snyder had to step out of the director's chair for personal problems, and Joss Whedon had to pick it all up. And yeah, you can clearly tell that this movie was just, like I say, a rushed mess, and it could have been done so much better. And DC, I feel that at this point the DCEU were rushing their first installments to get to Justice League, and they were rushing to get even with Marvel because of their cinematic universes and all the movies they'd achieved, which I didn't like. I don't think DC should try and be like, Marvel. I think DC need to get a whole thing of their own going, which I think they're getting right now. But back in its early days, DC, come on. Don't try and be like something that's successful, the whole point of inspiration is being inspired by something that's great, but don't try and be like them, So, yeah, I thought this film was a mess, and it's a shame on the actors, because they had good actors in this. They just didn't have a good script or story or effects, which I think is what let the movie down. But other than that, I thought it was a good story, but it just had terrible effects, and it showed. They got it wrong. But now I feel that they're starting to get it right with Aquaman and Shazam and Wonder Woman. I just hope that the Batman will be as good. I hope that they're taking their time with the Batman, and they're not rushing it, and they're getting it done right. That's what DC need to do. They need to slow down, take their time with this, and work things out like they have with their TV shows and like Marvel movies have. So Justice League. Is this a good one? Do I recommend it? I recommend it if you like Justice League and you already watched the first dozen installments of the DCEU. But other than that, yeah, it's a bit terrible. I'm very split between it. So yeah. I have very mixed feelings about this. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the DCEU at this point, but I feel, like I said, they're starting to slow down and pick up from their mistakes and learn from them and try and do it better. But this one, Justice League, man, I'm afraid. I mean, I like what they were trying to do, but it just did not pay off. So I'm gonna give Justice League, I'm gonna give it 2.5 batarangs out of 5. 2.5 batarangs out of 5 for Justice League. So, that has been the Bat Nerd Reviews. Have you seen Justice League? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here and you haven't already. And yeah, that's it for this Bat Nerd Review. So until next time, Bat Nerd out.